From Pakistan's Buner district to India's Himalayas, entire villages vanished under walls of water and rock. Monsoon skies turned into rain bombs, flattening homes, burying soldiers, and leaving hundreds still missing. Scientists warn this isn't nature's fury alone. Climate change is supercharging the storm. Hotter air, melting glaciers, unstable mountains. South Asia's monsoon has become a cycle of drought, then disaster. Cloudbursts thrive where three elements converge: mountains, monsoons, and moisture. Regions of northern India and Pakistan have all three, making them acutely vulnerable to these sudden downpours that dump enormous amounts of rain in minutes. This August, a string of catastrophic cloudbursts unleashed destruction across the Himalayas, flattening villages, sweeping away homes, and leaving hundreds dead or missing. In northwestern Pakistan, the district of Buner in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province witnessed one of the deadliest single disasters in recent memory. A cloudburst unleashed torrents of water mixed with boulders and debris from steep mountain slopes, obliterating entire hamlets. Officials say nearly 300 people died in Buner alone, with dozens of villages reduced to rubble. Landslides and mudflows followed, making rescue operations nearly impossible. Families searching for loved ones have instead been recovering bodies, often buried deep in silt and stone. Across the border in India's Jammu and Kashmir region, another tragedy struck on August 13, 2025. A cloudburst along the Mata Machal Yatra pilgrimage route in Kishtwar district sent flash floods racing through villages, triggering landslides that swept away homes and lives. And officials have so far confirmed 57 deaths, with 20 bodies still unidentified in local morgues. Rescue workers on their fifth day of operations are still searching for more than 70 missing people, navigating treacherous terrain littered with flood debris. Communities along the Chenab Valley remain in shock, mourning the dead while bracing for more instability in the soaked mountainsides. As you know, on August 14th, the cloudburst happened. Many people lost their lives in that. Till now, 57 dead bodies have been removed from debris, and as soon as this incident happened, all the deployed forces including CISF, Army, CRPF, Jammu Kashmir Police, Border Road Organisation and civil administration people joined together. And the local people also helped a lot, and the rescue work started. Close on the heels of the Kishtwar calamity, Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua district was struck by fresh tragedy on August 17th. 7 people were killed and 11 others injured in 2 separate incidents of flash floods and rain-induced landslides triggered by a cloudburst in Jod Khad and Bagra village of the district. Further east, in Uttarakhand, another Himalayan state of northern India, disaster struck on August 5th. The mountain village of Dharali was devastated when a cloudburst triggered a landslide and flooding from the Kir Ganga stream. Nearly half the settlement was wiped out, including homes and parts of an army camp that took the brunt of the destruction. Dharali, a small village of fewer than 1,000 residents and a stopover for pilgrims to the Hindu shrines of Gangotri and Hasal, now lies in ruins. Authorities have confirmed 1 death while 69 remain missing, including 9 soldiers. Rescue teams continue to dig through mud and rubble. The picture is equally grim across wider Pakistan, which is confronting one of its deadliest monsoon seasons in years. Since June, more than 650 people have died, many in remote mountain regions. Recent weeks have seen a sharp escalation. Over 300 deaths from flash floods and landslides in Pakistan-administered Kashmir and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. According to local officials cited by the BBC, at least 209 people are still missing in Buner district, raising fears that the toll will climb further. In the past week alone, 9 deaths were reported in Pakistan-administered Kashmir and 5 in Gilgit-Baltistan, underscoring how widespread the destruction is. The scale of the devastation stretches into Pakistan's lowlands as well. Punjab province, home to nearly half of Pakistan's 255 million people, recorded 73% more rainfall in July compared to last year. More deaths have already been recorded this season than in the entire monsoon of 2024. Authorities have declared several districts disaster zones and warn that heavy rains are expected to continue until at least the 21st of August, raising fears of more flooding and landslides. Across both countries, survivors describe an unfolding nightmare. Villages drowned in mud, bridges snapped, fields destroyed, and entire families swept away. For those who live along the Himalayan and Karakoram ranges, the monsoon that once sustained agriculture and replenished rivers is now a season of dread. Cloudbursts are among the most violent forms of rainfall on Earth. Typically defined as more than 100 millimeters, 4 inches, of rain falling in less than an hour over an area of about 30 square kilometers, they are often compared to rain bombs, the equivalent of several hours or days of normal rainfall released all at once. These events form when warm, moisture-laden air rises rapidly in unstable atmospheric conditions, creating dense convective clouds. Once the clouds can no longer hold the weight of the water, they burst, unleashing torrents onto concentrated areas. In mountainous regions like the Himalayas, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush, steep terrain magnifies the destruction, with rain triggering flash floods, mudslides, and rockfalls. While such events are not new to South Asia, scientists say climate change is making them more frequent and more destructive. Rising global temperatures mean the atmosphere can hold more water vapor. For every 1 degree Celsius increase in temperature, air can hold about 7% more moisture. This translates into heavier downpours when storms occur. In South Asia, warmer air is now drawing additional moisture from the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean, fueling the kind of sudden extreme rainfall seen this August. At the same time, the Himalayan cryosphere is destabilizing. Glaciers and snowpacks across the Himalayas, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush are melting at accelerated rates. This not only adds more water to rivers, but also disrupts local weather systems, making rainfall more erratic. As ice retreats, steep mountain slopes become less stable, primed for landslides when cloudbursts strike. Environmental factors compound the crisis. Deforestation, unregulated construction, and loss of wetlands across mountain regions reduce the land's natural capacity to absorb water, magnifying the impacts of flash floods. Expanding settlements along rivers and steep valleys place more people directly in the path of danger. Experts warn that without stronger planning and climate adaptation, future disasters will only intensify. Khalid Khan, a former Special Secretary for Climate Change in Pakistan and chairman of the climate initiative Planet Pulse, explained the connection.
Rising global temperatures have supercharged the hydrologic cycle, leading to more intense and erratic rainfall. In our northern regions, warming accelerates glacier melt, adds excessive moisture to the atmosphere, and destabilizes mountain slopes. In short, climate change is making rare events more frequent, and frequent events more destructive.
The implications go beyond immediate loss of life. Agriculture, hydroelectric power, and water security for millions across South Asia depend on the monsoon and mountain rivers. The increasing unpredictability of rainfall, shifting from steady seasonal rains to violent bursts separated by dry spells, threatens food production, infrastructure, and livelihoods. For villages in Uttarakhand, Jammu and Kashmir, and Pakistan's northern provinces, these trends are not abstract science but daily reality. This August, homes, crops, and loved ones were washed away in minutes. Entire valleys that once thrived on seasonal rains are now scarred by mudflows and rubble. People are left with little but grief, as the monsoon season, far from over, still holds the potential for further destruction. The Himalayas and adjoining ranges are often called the water towers of Asia, feeding major rivers that sustain over 1 billion people downstream. But as the climate warms, the very geography that sustains life is turning against those who live closest to it. Without urgent global action to curb emissions and local efforts to strengthen resilience, cloudbursts like those of August 2025 may become the new normal, a deadly rhythm of the South Asian monsoon.